In this video, I'm going to try to give you an overview of whether or not college is still worth it in 2020, and if you're one of those people who really believe that college is the only way, let me go ahead and save you some time. Go ahead and hit the dislike button on the video and leave a hate comment. But if you're one of those people who are kind of open to the option of you can do stuff other than just college, highly encourage you to keep watching this video. Now, if you're not personally interested in what my college experience was, there's some timestamps up on the screen if you want to jump to them, if you want to get a more researched approach at whether or not college is worth it. And if any of those topics interest you, highly encourage you to jump to that time that is on the screen right now. Now, I attended Indiana Wesleyan University, which is about an hour and a half north of Indianapolis. My goal there was trying to get a degree in media and communications. As you saw on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you follow me, I posted a lot of photos of saying ooh, I filmed a live football game. Yeah, I think I filmed around, now I'm thinking about it, I think around 6 or 7. I filmed a lot of them. I went 4 or 5 weekends just right in a row. It was definitely a really fun experience, but it may be one of the reasons I decided and ended up leaving college. Now, I realized while being there, I really want to be a video editor. So the problem with being there is it seemed like most jobs people were getting were live television. Now, I'm not disregarding that I could have gotten another job, could have become a video editor somewhere else, but I just kind of ruled that out because the chance of that happening is so low. And if I wanted to actually learn about video editing and filmmaking, I'd probably have to go to Hollywood, which would cost a ridiculous amount of money for the program. I didn't think the school was really giving me or offering me enough advice on videography, especially there were no classes on how to build a social media brand or profile, which is something that's incredibly relevant today and something that I'm currently trying to pursue. So not having that option definitely really sucked. Overall, it was not saying college is awful. It still gave me fun experiences, but the bottom line was it wasn't really going to give me what I actually wanted to do. Now, another big reason I decided to leave college was my YouTube channel, my social media profiles. I felt like during the summer I started to get a little bit of growth on my YouTube channel, but then all of a sudden completely stopped and the channel started to die out a little bit. One of the reasons I decided to leave college was because of my YouTube channel. I never thought I really got a nice fair shot at trying to actually be committed to YouTube and stay consistent, and I kind of want to use this time right now was just to be very consistent on YouTube. Like I said in the video, How to Reinvent Yourself in 2020, talking about from now on I'll be posting 3 videos a week, all about minimalism and self-improvement. But the 2 big reasons I decided to leave was the program wasn't really giving me what I wanted, and I still wanted at least to have a shot and see if I can make this YouTube thing work. Now, for me personally, one subject or idea, definitely something that I kind of disagreed with, and that is a gap year. I always thought of this idea of taking a gap year and kind of trying to figure out YouTube and see if I can get anything started here before I go off to college. Personally, I'm not saying if you take a gap year it's bad, but I personally thought a gap year was kind of a waste of time. Why in the world would you spend an extra year just getting ready? Just go to college now, get it over with. But what I found when I went to college, I'm for some personal reasons I'm not gonna tell you guys yet, maybe later, but even personally, I didn't really feel like I was ready for college. I felt incredibly rushed, and my grades also kind of sucked too, but that was just kind of the idea that I always thought gap years was kind of a waste of time, and it was kind of a way for people to be lazy and say, I'll wait a year to go ahead and start college. But even right now, I'm kind of taking this as kind of a gap year. I'm not completely ruling college out, but I'm kind of just taking this as a gap year right now and trying to figure out whether or not college is worth it. But I highly encourage you, if you're not 100% sure if college is worth it yet, I highly encourage you to take a gap year and make sure you think through everything before you go ahead and jump into a really big decision of your life. Now, I think another really big area that you really want to try to research before you actually go ahead and continue to move on to college is the idea between liberal arts colleges versus trade schools. Now, the college that I went to was actually a liberal arts college. If you don't know what liberal arts colleges is, I don't know the exact definition, but it's basically where you have to also take gen ed courses like history, math, and science, and then you can focus more on your major in the last couple of years. Now, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I understand the importance of gen eds, and I understand you can't completely disregard any of those gen eds, history, math, and science. But for me personally, I felt like it was a waste of time And if you're one of those people like me who knows pretty much exactly what I want to do with my life, I really want to just become a YouTuber. If becoming a YouTuber is a completely high enough paying job, then I'd like to become some kind of like video editor, freelance video editor. But I highly encourage you, if you are somebody that knows exactly what you want to do, you have a 95% sure you know exactly what you want to do, I highly encourage you to look at some trade schools or online programs that literally just focus on what you do. Because I personally really suck at school. I'm not a very good person at academics, but I am really good when it comes to filmmaking. So I'm trying to find a school or program that just focuses on film. Now, I'm not saying you have to go to a trade school. I've talked to a lot of people that said a film school, even that isn't really worth it. But I just encourage you, if you know exactly what you want to do, like I said before, just find a program or a trade school that just focuses on that one thing, and don't just go to a gen ed liberal arts college. I think we also live in a world where we say that you have to get a college degree or else you're going to be a failure in life. Now that is that's kind of true to some extent. It's harder to get a job without a college degree, but I think we really need to make sure we understand what you actually need a degree for. Now, if you're trying to become a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, something that actually requires a degree, you cannot get the job without that degree, then yes, you have to go to college. You can't be a dropout of college and become a doctor. As far as I know, that's never happened. Go ahead and comment down below if you've ever heard that happen. But the bottom line is, before you go to college, before you spend 40 grand on a degree or something crazy like that, 6 figures, or whatever you're paying for college, I want you to really think hard. If you're a senior or maybe even you're thinking about college isn't really worth it for you, I want you to go ahead and take a step back. Everyone says college is worth it. You have to go to college. You're bombarded with that idea that if you're not going to college, you're a failure. That's not true. But I highly encourage you, step back and make sure, is this degree actually worth it? For me, videography, it's not really. Videography, it's not a guaranteed salary. If you're a doctor, you get a doctoral degree, what are you making, like 6 figures probably guaranteed? You probably just start low and work your way up. But the bottom line is, make sure your degree is worth it. There are certain jobs that require a degree, and there are certain jobs such as the arts that don't require a degree. One thing I feel like people don't talk a lot about is the cost of college. Now, I know most people will say, well, it doesn't matter how much it costs. You're going to get a good degree, get a good job, and you're fine. Well, probably you get the degree, you start accruing tons of interest on your loans, you've already paid a ridiculous amount in your tuition, and then you're probably paying it off for like 5 or 6 years, so it takes you about 9 years to probably pay off college. That's just a rough estimate. But that's kind of the point, is I feel like people say, don't worry about even in general, I think people are afraid to talk about money. I think we as a society and people need to understand that things cost a lot of money, and you really need to think, is it really worth the money? So rather than just say college is expensive, don't go to college, it's too expensive, I actually found this website, I'll put it up on the screen, called Marketplace. From what I understand, this looks like a pretty reputable website, so I'm going to go ahead and actually read what they say to kind of scare you into realizing the reality of college. They say, today, roughly 70% of American students end up taking out loans to go to college. The average graduate leaves school with around $30,000 in debt, and all told, some 45 million Americans owe $1.6 trillion in student loans and counting. The bottom line is, it costs a lot to go to college. So before you actually pursue the idea of going to college, like I said before, take a step back, look at it from every single angle, and try to figure out, is this degree really worth it? There are some degrees, like I said before, like doctors and lawyers, where yes, you need the degree and you're guaranteed 6 figures or something crazy like that. But also think of it this way. Let's say you don't go to college, you have $0 in your bank account, maybe a couple thousand, and you feel like a failure because you don't have that degree. Well, think about it the other way. You say, oh, I'll go to college, get my degree, and I'll be successful in life. Think about it this way. Would you rather have $0 in your bank account, or have negative $60,000 in your bank account and counting with interest, and having a piece of paper and crossing your fingers and hope that gets you the job? Just to say, before you go to college, weigh the costs and figure out, is this really worth it, and is it going to take me a long time to pay off my loans, or will I get a really good secure job and it won't take me too long to pay off my loans and debt? Highly encourage you to think about that before you just sign up to pay $60,000 for an education. And also, one thing to keep in mind is sometimes it actually may be better to drop out, start a business, because you actually may, by the time a person graduates college and gets their debt paid off, you actually may have more money than them or about the same money. So who won, who lost? It's a good question, but that's just something you really got to consider. Just don't, I think people are afraid to talk about the money. It's okay to talk about the money and really think through this massive decision. Okay, let's say you didn't actually attend college. What are some other ways you can actually get ahead in life without a college degree? Well, I think it's summed into 3 categories: YouTube, blue-collar work, and freelancing. YouTube is the thing that I'm trying right now. I'm trying just to build my own YouTube channel and build your own audience, and obviously, YouTube channel doesn't require a degree. So if you don't think college is right for you, at least take a gap year or something. Highly encourage you to at least try to make a YouTube channel and see if something happens from that. Or a blue-collar work is definitely a really good idea. I don't believe you need a college degree for blue-collar work, and usually they pay you a good amount of money, but don't quote me on, I'm not exactly sure how much, but I've heard they actually give you a good salary. And then freelancing, be like a freelance photographer, try to start your own business. A lot of these things don't really require a college degree. So bottom line is there are options if you don't have a college degree. And even if you don't have a college degree, it doesn't mean the end of the world. There are still ways to get ahead in life without a degree. Anyways, guys, hope you guys really enjoy this video. Just want to let you guys know that I upload new videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. The videos are all about minimalism, self-improvement, and how to live a healthier and better life. Highly encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. Leave a like on the video and comment down below your thoughts on whether or not a college degree is worth it. If this video helped you and you believe it can help somebody else, I highly encourage you to go ahead and share the video with a friend, family member, or somebody who's looking into trying to go to college. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!